If you were born into an ultra-wealthy elite family, none of what I'm about to say in this video would be news to you. You would already know the truth of the nature of reality in that abundance, confidence, and money are not acquired just because you're a really nice person who wants them badly. You would have already heard about how reality actually works from the family lore of your powerful grandfathers who had a certain frequency to them, where the world bent around them and they achieved exceptional success that you were born to multiply. You would have already received the hidden wisdom from private education with a totally different curriculum and a totally different history, knowledge that the public systems have zero awareness of. And that's precisely why you're not getting what you want out of your reality. Because the real teachings about the mechanics of reality creation were intentionally hidden from you. The game was never designed for average thinkers to win. It was created to keep the rich richer and everyone else in thoughtless obedience. Funny how the system works so well. And the only way you do get this knowledge is through some shadowy channel where a bald man with a beard actually delivers it to you in a way that makes practical sense. Right now, that's me. And I've spent the last 15 years figuring it out so that you don't have to waste all that time like I did. That's why I'm the man that 6, 7, and 8-figure entrepreneurs hire when they're done settling for less than they deserve and they're ready to eradicate their income barriers and manifest a breakthrough. And in this video, I'm giving you the 4 hardest hitting truths about manifestation that the elite know but will never teach you. Apply them correctly, and your bloodline stops waiting for someone else to break the pattern of mediocrity, and you become the one that your lineage celebrates. Principle 1. Reality is not what you think it is. Your senses deceive you. Reality is not just a physical game of solid objects interacting with each other. That's a surface level interpretation, and quite frankly, it's an illusion, because reality and our universe itself are far more multidimensional than you've been led to believe. What appears to be physical reality is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain through your senses, and if you only operate at that level and stop there, you're only ever observing just a small fraction of what your world could be. In other words, your physical world is the tip of the iceberg that is your universe, and what you can't perceive with your senses beneath the surface of the water are the planes of existence where the real transformation needs to take place. Now, the truth of the matter is that reality is broken down into 3 planes: the physical plane, the mental plane, and the spiritual plane. The spiritual and mental planes have a high degree of causation on your physical reality. They are the creators of your world. Your spiritual experience is the connection you nurture to a higher source of consciousness and constructs your beliefs about the world you live in and who you think you are. Your mental experience is the collection of emotions, thoughts, and mental attitudes as the downstream effect of your connection to source consciousness and your worldview. The combination of these planes generates a vibrational field of energy that is your resonant frequency, and it directly impacts how you take action in the physical plane and the kinds of results you experience from your physical world. The results you get, or lack thereof, reinforce your connection to higher source consciousness, which cements the downstream effect of either positive or negative relationships you assign to your life and overall experience. What you experience in the physical plane of existence is nothing more than a projection of what you mentally and spiritually believe to be true for yourself and the world you live in. And it's not just me saying this. This is what esoteric and occult teachings pass to their lineage. This is what the ancient traditions and master teachers of time have written in their scriptures, pointing to an energetic source as the dominant influence of your reality. And quantum mechanics nowadays is confirming everything that the ancients have been talking about for thousands of years with phenomena like the observer effect, or string theory, or relativity, and the study of electromagnetic fields, everything that goes into the study of quantum mechanics. All sources and studies of consciousness point to a truth that there is this thinking and energetic substance to our universe that supersedes what we can measure or empirically prove with our current level of collective understanding. And yet, it continues to be observed as a fundamental construct of what makes our reality function. Why it works like that has yet to be fully understood. And in truth, to know why it works like that is to perfectly understand God, which is well beyond what our limited minds can comprehend. But the model works because when you focus less on the physical and go within to your inner world, your reality shifts to organize around a more aligned vibrational frequency that is reflective of the reality you prefer to live in. And in the most simplistic terms, if you remove all of the nuanced language, if you think positive thoughts and feel positive emotions and believe positive things about yourself, you attract positive outcomes. That's it. Now, at this point, you might be asking yourself, okay, Jose, that makes sense to me to some degree. My thoughts, my emotions, and my beliefs shape my world. But why does the illusion still feel so real? Why is it so hard to control the illusion once you do become aware of what the true nature of reality is? And that's an excellent question, because I've met loads of people that understand this model and information conceptually, but still struggle to gain control over their world to the degree that they manifest genuinely exceptional outcomes. And to answer that, my friend, is the initiation to transcending why the collective system of society was never designed for you to win. You see, in order to see through the illusion, you need time and space to think and to go within. Because in order to master your outer world, you must first master your inner world. And the truth of the matter is that from the time you are born, you were equipped with the human tools and technology to perceive in multiple dimensions and use your genius-like intuition as the dominant source of self-guidance. But why was that ability atrophied? Because the system of collective consciousness was adapted to subdue your thinking by teaching you what to think, not how to think. You were taught from an early age to go to school, get good grades, graduate and get a degree and a respectable career. You were taught to play by the rules and fit in with the crowd. And if you played your cards right, if you're lucky, maybe you can retire when you're 60. That's the path that the average person follows. And, well, you've seen the results. Don't even get me started on the effects of hyperinflation and how it's killing your ability to save your way to wealth, and even now how AI is coming for your job. Those are separate conversations that we can have at some point, but really, the time to get rich is now. I actually did a video on The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. It's one of my favorite books. Tap the link on the screen here to go watch it now. But in a sense, collective consciousness and societal programming got you to play small. But if you think about it, isn't the idea of playing safe and following everyone else contradicting the notion that you can do whatever you put your mind to? Like, we all saw those same Disney movies that said follow your heart. You watched athletes win championships and actors win Academy Awards, giving speeches about believing in yourself. You listen to your heroes tell you that if you just work hard and keep going, that your wildest dreams would come true. But if that's true, if every single one of us was handed the exact same permission slips of believe in yourself, why does almost no one actually live through it? Why do most people stay in draining sexless marriages for years on end, miserable that they're not getting the love that they want? Why are they clocking into jobs they hate for a mediocre salary, circling the same circumstances and patterns that were never supposed to be permanent? Why isn't the default outcome for a species that's been told for generations, you can have anything, actually having it? Why do people settle for less when they have infinite possibilities at their disposal? The answer: you were handed cliches, but never told the actual mechanics that underlie self-belief. You can believe in yourself all you want, but if your perception of reality is still tainted with low vibrational frequencies and deep-rooted fears, if your spiritual and mental planes are still causing your physical plane of reality to reflect negative circumstances, it's because you're missing a critical piece about how your inner world influences your outer world. That missing component is the difference between manifesting an exceptional reality like the elites do and staying stuck in generational mediocrity like 98% of people.